We're back for another edition of Gallade. So yesterday's video was quite the showing, man. I swear the last opponent we play is always some crazy, insane dude. Like either the last or the second to last. I'm pretty sure it's the last. But yesterday we went down with the confused Ray. I want to shout out to everybody who always remembers to like the videos, those who enjoy them. Obviously that helps, and the channel's been growing tremendously, probably because I've been uploading daily. And so I'm very excited for some things, as I said, is going on in the background, coming closer and closer to completion. So pumped for that. The reason I asked you guys to give me what comes to mind when you think of the academy is because from a structural standpoint, I want to make sure I'm drawing in those who are of a similar archetype, right? I sort of mentioned this in yesterday's thing, but I've come to realize, like, actually when I do my coaching calls, the people I do them with are very similar people, like in terms of how they think or even the reasons why they enjoy it or why they want to do the coaching call. A lot of times it's not even to be a Pokemon master, right? It's actually to just the insights and the mindsets and all the things, right? And so looking at this, Gallade eats, particularly with Psychic Terrain up. I don't have to have it, but it obviously gives me the one hit KO on both of these bad boys. Well, not Tusk. It would be dope if my Tusk was bulk up here. I'd just eat him alive. But we are not, and so Tusk will have to do nothing more than to check the Gambit. Now, I also destroy him with bulk up Corviknight. In fact, I could lead it and just win the game, unless this is bulk up as well. That's really the only thing we need to determine. And Gallade eats his lunch, as I said. Meowscarada is decent. The spikes are going to go a long way with the switching around that I'm assuming is going to go down. I don't like Spore on this team, so you know, Among Us is going to be annoying. But this is a ladder, and so I don't want to have him lead Meowscarada and just mindlessly U-turn, even if it's a speed tie and my Meowscarada goes down. So phase 1 is going to involve a Lepexing, right? No, Meowscarada is coming in. This is what I didn't even check his points. 1609. So we've played people in this range, even 400, 1800. So but as I said, we're looking to bulk up Corviknight sweep ultimately. I just need a bit more data. I could see Knock. It doesn't have a Garg, but I could see Knock / U-turn coming out. His initial switches may be Among Us. I doubt Baxcalibur, but yeah, Among Us makes a lot of sense. Indeed, he's going to be my go-to to eat the Spore. As I said, we don't deal with Spore very well. This could go so many different ways, because if I get the Gallade in now, like, it's just a blood bath. It's just a blood bath, you know. Let me think. Trying to say, I'd be really peeved if he had Stun Spore, so I'm gonna go back to Pex just to see what his initial is. I don't mind Tusk at all. I don't want to risk him being random offensive Tusk. The likelihood is fairly low, but Gambit, okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So this is an interesting turn, right? We already established how we intend to win this game. And so what are his options here, right? We intend to destroy him with Corviknight, assuming his is in bulk up, right? And so here his initial would have to be either Tusk, Corviknight, or whatever, right? You could go for rocks. I'm gonna go for rocks first. Corviknight makes sense, which I figured may rear its ugly head. But what I want to do is figure out what this thing is packing. So Brave Birds, nothing crazy there, no big surprise. Corviknight's actually quite annoying versus my team. Like really problematic. But for Gallade, once that Terrafire on the Psychic Terrain is actually a done deal. So let's see if he defogs here. So we see U-turn, so it's not bulk up. That's all I needed to see. So we're likely going to see, like, both our teams are fairly Corviknight weak. As he goes to Gambit and he's leftovers, I could technically sweep him with this, but I want to have my bulk up first as he goes for the Swords Dance. This is strange. I'm gonna just knock, primarily for the Terra. Even if he Terras, I get the psychic. I'm gonna sack Indeed to get the psychic terrain up and body him. So it's Terra Fairy, which is interesting. So it goes for the Iron Head. As I said, since he's Fairy, because Tusk is here just for like Gambit, so I could have EQ'd there. But as I said, it's not a biggie. Especially because Corviknight wins now. Like, I have all the data I need. So we'll do a little bit here. He kowtows, which is a waste of a turn. He was expecting Pex to come in and I defog on him, since he doesn't have any boost. So I'm debating whether or not I should sack Indeed. Gallade kills him from there. I'd Psycho Cut. The reason I'm saying that, I EQ here and I'd go Meowscarada. And yeah, I'm actually gonna sack Indeed here. One, it forces him to stand. I'm pretty sure Life Force, Psychic Terrain, what's it called? Sharpness. You know what I'm saying? All the things destroy. I don't have the balls to agility. If I agility, I sweep him. No, because the Tusk. As I said, the Tusk probably lives even under terrain. I think I ran the calc. Tusk. I think Tusk takes. I'm talking great Tusk here, bros. I'm actually gonna calc that now for future reference. So the crit didn't matter, obviously. Her Life Orb, Psychic Terrain, Sharpness boosted, Adamant. I don't care if you're a fucking King Gambit. You're quite powerful, King Gambit. I'll give you that. Great Tusk. He's likely gonna go Meowscarada. Great Tusk. Oh, you physically defensive. So Psycho Cut does. It actually can kill him. He goes backs. So he's heavy duty boots, which is concerning. Why is that concerning? Because he could be sub. He's certainly booster because he's boots. If he's substitute, then so we'll do is end up going Tusk here. Goes for the rush, which is what I wanted. And now this allows for me to U-turn out on his if he goes for bulk, I mean, I'd really surprise me, but I'm expecting Amoonguss to come out here. Even if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Because you have the rush, which makes the next move that I go for do twice the damage. It'd be really surprising if he just left the Baxcalibur in. Corviknight, I didn't expect Corby. So now we get our Corviknight in. He's likely just gonna go for the defog or the roost. He U-turns. Okay, I didn't expect U-turn, but I figured defog or roost there. Trying to play. I didn't want to reveal the sub, but I also can. No, I'm not Meowscarada sweeping. He goes backs first, which is best case. It's SD. That's actually not bad for us. Because we get to BB, sack, then goes Scarlet. Question is, what do I want to save? Because while Gallade is fucking amazing, Pex. Corv is unkillable after Brascar's SD. If it's SD, it probably has Ice Shard though. That's something I didn't factor in. Ice Shard might be his last move. That's actually really bad. So I might have to stay in here. Shit. If his Ice Shard is his last move. Pex won't die to rush though. I'm gonna Terra Pex. So he misses the I could haze. There's no way sub is his last move. If it's sub, then I lose too. Okay, I Terra there, which didn't want to do, but I could Meowscarada destroy him too. I'm surprised he hard switched the backs out, to be honest with you. A couple ways to go about this. So it's SD, not DD. Huh. It's funny right now. I'm wishing my Meowscarada had Terra Dark. Could guarantee kill the backs. I'll go Meowscarada. If I get Sludge Bombed, I get the free switch into Core V. I'm actually gonna go Gallade. I figured he wouldn't. Shit. That's no bueno. So I'll Jill first. The reason for this is a mid ground on the out chance that he goes to. So let's say he Sacred Sharpness is gonna kill him here. But let's say he went to Meowscarada there, because it would have put me in a bind if he did. Because this is still a tricky endgame. Look at Gallade go. So he's gonna go to whatever has priority. So the backs has Ice Shard, which I figured. So Ice Shard is his last move, which means that Pex checks him decently. Okay, so I'm glad that I did the Pex situation there, like I did. I'm gonna just Toxic. Okay, I didn't expect. Come on, dude. That's annoying as fuck. That's an annoying turn. It's a big Toxic miss. That's the second time that's happened, which is super funny. It's not funny at all, actually. But that's a really. I'm glad he actually let the Tusk get Toxic, because Meowscarada has a shot. It's just, you know, it's rough out here. So what we're gonna do is Meowscarada first. The reason for this is that the Among Us likely will come in. I need to get a free sub with my picks. Right. I need with my it's Black Sludge. I need to get a free sub with my Corviknight. But I'll have to give something up for it. Now if he spores, I get another hit. Yeah. Because he's been I can tell he's been trying not to and so now we can Sacred Sword. If he leaves the Among Us in, I get the Spore off anyway, so it's high value either way. I can't have him go Meowscarada here. Meowscarada would be devastating for me. So we're just gonna go for the Sacred Sword. If he goes to Grey Tusk on the mid ground, Grey Tusk gonna take the hit, so be it. If he stays in the Among Us, I get the, so it goes Tusk as the mid ground. I get a crit, which matters obviously. Now we're staring down his Meowscarada versus mine. He hasn't used it, so I don't know what it has in stored for me. At this point, Toxapex checks his back's caliber every time, though I'm fully Spadef, so it's not amazing. But his backs could kill me. If I go... Among Us would be super risky. Yes, so he goes backs, which is what I was hoping for. This allows for me to U-turn. This is like the best case scenario. I don't think Knock would kill him. Actually, Knock might have killed him. But the point is now he's within Corviknight range, so Corviknight just sets up. So all I need to do now is sack, be Toxic every time. All we do there is sack. We want Among Us in versus right, and so all we do here is sack Meowscarada, get the free bulk up with Corviknight, and it's a done deal. No, we don't even need to bulk up. So he spores as expected. I guess the Meowscarlet could be Sash. Doesn't matter if this has an item. The last one's gonna be Giga Drain. I guess the Meowscarlet having Sash could matter. So he Spores again. Which is great, as this allows for Corvi to come in. So now the Meowscarlet can't keep coming, switching around, all that. We're gonna go Pex. It's gonna try to knock my item off, as he should. And now that he's Spored my Meowscarlet, my Corviknight comes in every time, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we're just toxic here. Go Corvi every time. Even if he goes to backs, we can hard switch to Pex. Or the reason I don't want, because he's probably gonna double the backs caliber here. It's very low risk if I stay in. Yeah. I don't want him lucking my Corviknight. He's gonna try to luck this, I'm sure. Yeah. Thank you, Foxapex. Thank you, Foxapex. So the backs being gone. Yeah. So he pivots to Meowscarlet now. I'm thinking he's banded. Knock. We already. Yeah, now we just recover here. Yep. And because I didn't burn the sleep turn, he can't even double the back, so Corviknight wins now. I'm telling you, man, these lower ladder guys are doing their thing, man. I gotta give it to them. I knew Corvi would be there's like that's never gonna work because you can't muscle pass Pex. So even if you Flower Trick, I'm pretty confident he's banded. Even if he's not banded, that if he's not banded, then it would have been a done deal there anyway. Because now he has to go to Baxcalibur, and I just double sub. GG. But he tried his best in the end game there, which is cool. Like, it's cool to see, like, you know, he's really thinking his way through and identified some win cons and such. The Gambit threw me for a loop. And what we were playing yesterday, something, and then I realized, like, I'm actually not that I don't guard super well against Spore. Right, obviously I have a grass type, but so we're playing everybody's favorite Pokemon, Espathra. Obviously sarcasm there. People can't stand Espathra. Espathra, the most hated Pokemon on the ladder. Meowscarlet eats his lunch, especially if I force something to Terra to deal with as the Meowscarlet. So it's gonna be, this is actually a good example of why I opted for Meowscarlet as the hazarder, because he has a Hatterene trying to control the hazards, and he has a Great Tusk, but at the same damn time, it's probably more so for T-Spikes, because his sweepers hate T-Spikes. But Meowscarlet is so handsome that it discourages Hatterenes and things and such from coming in. I could also just sub bulk up and try to sweep him outright. But how we're gonna go about this is actually opt to remove the screens early. Right. Toxic Haze. It'll depend on what it Espathra is, but I may be able to Gallade him first, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. So phase one, because everything is going to be building up to the Hatterene. Actually, offensively is annoying to me. I noted that when I was building. Actually, Hatterene is offensively annoying. But let's see, Draining Kiss, Flower Chicken, and Draining Kiss. But he might just Mystical Fire. Wouldn't kill me, but you know, still. But he leads Hatterene, which is wise, right? Now the upside of this is that Hatterene being beat down opens up my Gallade. Right, it's one of probably the one of, if not the only, super solid answer he has to that. My super solid answer to Hatterene is nothing. Right, if I had Mirror on the Corviknight, perhaps. But he Draining Kiss as hard as he should. And so bulk up beats Calm Mind. Because of my super high SPDF and the fact that Mystical Fire isn't stabbed, I have a lot of leverage. And Corviknight has insane SPDF. Now I'm taking Recoil, which is, you know, obviously whack, but I also can Terrestrialize. I don't want to Terra this. I'm just gonna Mystical Fire, right? He crits me there, which matters a lot. That's a really big crit, because now he gets to Calm Mind. He's fucking Nuzzle. So he's not Calm Mind then. Him being Nuzzle is really bad. That's really not good. He is what? Mystical Fire Training. Doesn't have a Psychic move. Okay, so he's walled by my picks. That's not good. She doesn't have a Psychic move. Interesting. Lower ladder strats, bro. You can't. Ah, my fucking god, bro. I really need damage on this. It is what it is. I actually did not know that's how that worked. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. He can't even drop my special defense. But him nuzzling my Corviknight literally changed the end game. Like, this is a very different game now. I don't know why he's wasting his PP. He can't even nuzzle me. That is hilarious. That is hilarious, bros. Okay. So, like, it takes forever for him to do any damage to me. That's Spathra. Interesting. Is it sub? If it's sub... Oh, my fucking god. Okay. It's sub. I'm facing all of the worst case scenarios. Like, sub is the worst case scenario. So what I'll do, I'll catch him on the greed here. And it'll take, so I'm gonna encore him here. Can't one-shot me. And if he opts for, because it's gonna be slow encore, which is gonna be to my advantage. So encore, we go hard Scarlet. We knock here. Let me think. If he terrestrializes, he has 2 more turns of encore left. Terra Fairies. Encore works in Encore 1, 2, 3. He should have 1 more turn left. My problem is I don't have any priority, and I'm not 100% on whether or not I one-shot with Gallade. Data Encore. Just to make sure. Well, if it's not, then I get swept anyway. Because I could go Pex Haze again. Let's go Pex. It should last 1 more turn. Oh, no. Yeah, I get swept now. Because he's Terra Fairy. So the Nuzzle, oh, we just lost the first one to, I mean, I don't regret any move I made. What could I, yeah, because, I mean, I guess I could have, nah. My solution to this was the Corv, but when he nuzzled, it threw my whole plan for a loop. When he nuzzled and had sub, so I'd have to predict whether he sub protect. What I could have done though was gone hard. Indeedee would have covered any option. So yeah, I actually forgot my Indeedee had not encore until I started thinking about, okay, what could I do? So my play there was actually to go Indeedee hard on whether he roosted, subbed, or anything. It wouldn't have mattered. So I could have hazed Pex the first turn. No, I should have went hard Indeedee. Even if he calm-minded, we can encore. So we end up losing to Espathra, but that was a winnable game. So my play there was to encore first. And so why is that important? I know the initial, actually this guy may give me some points. 50. Okay, no. I saw this guy's name in the 1900s, and I was like, okay, that's a funny name. I guess he tilted. So we are what, like 20 and 1? I don't know. 22 and 1. But the reason I mentioned that, sorry, I was taking something off my phone. The reason I mentioned that game in particular is because, you know, somebody would look at that and be like, oh, well, you know, fuck Espathra. But there were solutions to that. Like, I could have played in different ways. I just didn't think about Encore at the time. Like, I completely forgot I had it until it was too late. So that was a solution. So next time we face an Espathra, that wouldn't work twice. But he had to have been the right set. He had to have been sub. If he was anything else, if he was Protect or Toxic, that wouldn't have worked. And sub is like the rarest one. Probably the worst. It depends. Sub, I'd say sub is the worst. I don't know. Protect is, I prefer, I don't know. Because I haven't used Espathra since Cyclozar was around. So I could be being biased with the whole, you know, Toxic and whatnot. But yeah, let's get into this game. Gallade is damn good. Meowscarada is damn good. Gotta remember I have Encore and utilize that. But it's all about bulk up Corvi. He does have 2 phasers, so it's not all about bulk up Corvi, but I'll likely be keeping that in the late game tucked. No hazard control, so we're gonna be bombarding him with that. And then ideally agility sweeping. So we'll see what we can do. Phase 1 is gonna involve bombarding that Dragapult, you know, if I can. The problem is I can't really do anything beyond that. I just need to guard against the Pult. He started with Dragalge, which is odd because had I Psychic Terrain led, he would have been in a bad position. But we're forced to Corviknight here. He specs, so that's good information. So Corvi should be checking that all day. He has 3 more Dracos as far as if it uses them on my Corviknight. So we get a bit of data there. I wonder how much Meowscarada does. Meowscarada is botting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you go Hippowdon on Corviknight, you know you have a problem, Houston. So it's all about the future pacing. Like Tinglu is irrelevant. I'm actually very surprised he went Tinglu. Even if he goes Pult here, I see. Okay, that gives me a lot of data. I don't know why you'd be so pressed to get rid of Great Tusk. So you give up your Terra, so I don't have to be concerned about any terrestrialization. And so I'm pretty sure this has spikes. I'm very surprised he's playing this like this, because he seems to really want my Great Tusk weakened. Yeah, but at the same damn time, so the Hippo must be Whirlwind. He doesn't have any ground immunity. The spikes do matter, but since Meowscarada is that guy, both from getting a hazard standpoint and from just doing damage, so Indeedee comes in, which is probably the least ideal Pokemon. But we'll Psyshock. I doubt it'll knock him out. Yeah. Because what I'm looking at here, Indeedee's positioning is actually phenomenal, and his typing is phenomenal. So he goes Hippo, which is strange. Strange times. So he's keeping the Tinglu for what does Hippo know? Hippo can Earthquake, Whirlwind. I do want my Psychic Terrain, obviously. He has Aurora. Okay. I get Gallade, which isn't perfect. I mean, I prefer something else, but I don't know this guy's level of skill, because I don't want him sacking Tinglu here. But you should scout for Hippowdon's sake. He fucking stays in. This is what I mean. I don't know his level of skill. So Aurora was an awful play there. Like awful, like dreadful play. One, you just give up your Hippowdon. Like, if you're gonna stay and you don't roar, you attack, right? So you're gonna give up your Hippowdon. Like, let's say I attacked the Hippowdon there, you'd have roared my Gallade, and his Hippowdon, which one of the few things left that could take on the Gallade in the future, would have been down. So Gallade would have just come in and destroyed him after that. So Goldengo is in. No idea what kind this is. It could be Scarf, could be all kinds of things. Who knows, right? But it's all about Corviknight in this end game. I really wish I went for that, because Corviknight would have just bulk up bodied. It still kind of does, but would have bulk up bodied a bit easier. So Quaco Val, I'd assume maybe like sub, maybe bulk up. It might not be taunt the way he's playing. He can't Terra. Okay, I'm wary of Trick, so I'm gonna go Tusk first. Tusk isn't spinning anyway. They shot of balls. That's fine by me, as I get to go to Meowscarada and Spike on the Ting-Lu sack. But this gives me a lot of data. He's either Scarfed or he is Scarfed or Covert Cloak. Because he's not Balloon, which is usually the other set. He's not Heavy Duty Boots, which is the other item. Right, so I don't know why he wouldn't be. But Meowscarada is a huge issue. Like once this Dragapult dies, and Dragapult has to come in repeatedly on these layers. I'm so peeved I didn't go for fucking what's it called? Didn't go for damn, you know what I'm saying? The attack on the Hippowdon with my Gallade. Alas, Gallade had its moment to shine. Didn't do much though. Goldengo could still be Scarf. I'm not 1,000 on that. Okay. So it's Banded, Dragapult, which is good data. Which means Corvi gets to come in. The fact that he went Goldengo first implies that this is Scarfed. I mean, otherwise I don't know why he'd go Goldie. Indeed, offensively is an issue, but I'd assume again Trick or all right, you can't Encore. Oh shit, it's not that deep, but it mattered. You know, I could have done more with that situation. So knock is always our play here. There's no point in the Dragalge can take the hit. It can't take 2 knocks on switch, but if I spike and he goes Dragalge, I lose a mon. If he goes Hippowdon here, I want Hippo dead, but it won't die to Flower Trick because I know it's no longer stab. So what I'll do is end up U-turning into Gallade and get the damage off, so we can do this sequence later. I need this Hippo dead. It's Banded Dragapult, which is good for my Corviknight, and it's not. The Corviknight probably just wins anyway. Psycho Cut, as I said, it would have done a ton. Probably EQs now, which gives me the opportunity to go to my Scarada, and I can Flower Trick now. So Corvi and what's his face does the damn thing. Now I do need to be mindful of what his Quaco Val could be, and well, Corviknight should be faster than his Dragalge, so as long as I can sub. So here comes the Dragonite, the Dragapult. I am pretty sure I take 2 of these. I can't be faster. There's no move Dragapult should be able to go for. Dragapult, OU Choice Band. Dragon Darts versus Corviknight. Because I could also not go Corviknight and not risk the. So Dragon Darts does 30 to 36. It does nothing. 36, yeah. And the best he could do is U-turn. Yeah, which obviously now he's within range, and none of his mods take on my Corviknight. Goes Quaco Val, and it is Heavy Duty Boots, which is odd. This is gonna do some weird stuff. I just don't know what they'll be. Because what I'm wary of here is if he does have a fighting move. Because Meowscarada can beat Bulk Up. I didn't even know Meowscarada got. I didn't even know Pokeball got Rapid Spin. Like, truth be told, that's not good for us. Rapid Spin. What else could come out here? Rapid Spin. Roost. Is he like 2 attacks? What's the worst case? He taunts. So I'll go. So this could get dicey. Fight Terra. So I'll Roost first. Shadow Balls. Yeah, him getting rid of those hazards are big. Makes it rain. I wonder what his moveset is. So him doing that obviously wasted a Make It Rain. Yeah, he's plot. Okay. So I'm not switching this out then. Which means, what do you think? Terra Normal Bulk Up. So now he has to go for Make It Rain, which I pressure stall. Okay. He has to time this perfectly. Which is fine. He only has 3 Make It Rains. He'll use one this turn. Goes to recover. Okay. He can risk using one. Because I need to get Brave Bird damage off, so my but because I Terra'd into yeah, it's doing 49, which I figured it'd do a ton. So now I actually did more than I expected. So if I kill his Goldengo, he's done for. Like if I bulk up one more time, yeah, he needs to get it right. I need to get this right. He has one. If I let me think, if I sub here and he makes it rain, then I guarantee have him. He'll have one more left. But I'll need to bulk up again to win. This is a hell of a couple turns. I need to get this right. If he makes it rain here and I sub, he loses. Like he can't touch. I'll do it this turn. Okay, yeah, I got him. Because now, even if he makes it rain this turn, so my play here is always to Roost. Even if he makes it rain this turn, he needs to bank on hacks. Yeah. So we got what, man, these lower ladder games are getting tricky, man. They're getting dicey. Now, mind you, this guy was in the 1900s, so he's not a rookie. Like, he has competence to him, as you could see. I am not happy about losing the Spothra game. I do, especially when I had an answer. If I didn't have any solution whatsoever, then fair enough. But you got to make those mistakes to get there. So my record has been tainted. I plan to have gotten to like 1800 undefeated. But yeah, So we are almost in the 1600s. A couple more wins away. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this live. Hit the like button if you did. Pretty good day. Pretty good games. Pretty good games. They're entertaining. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.